Hello, welcome to Stark State College. I'm Para Jones, president of the college, and it is my distinct honor to be the first person to welcome you to our Jumpstart event. Jumpstart is all about student success, preparing you for with the information you need to be successful here at Stark State College and in the college environment. So I encourage you to take advantage of all of the experts and the expert information you will hear today. You'll hear about navigating college finances, navigating college courses, managing your time, study skills, a lot of very, very important information that will really help you as you begin and continue and complete and graduate from Stark State College. Again, I welcome you to Stark State College. Today is the first day in many days that you will spend with us. I encourage you to ask questions today and to ask questions in the future. Every one of us here at Stark State is here for you and your success, but you are the most critical factor in your own success. We're here to support that. Thank you for being here. You've taken the very first critical step, and that's the important step. Here on out, I know you will have a very successful academic experience at Stark State and a very successful future. Thank you, and best wishes for a great semester.
Thank you, Dr. Jones, for that great welcome. Good morning. I am Dr. Fideria Nicholson-Sweevil. I'm the Dean of Student Success at Stark State College. Welcome to Jumpstart. We are so excited about your journey as a new Stark Stater. You have made a great choice in selecting Stark State College, and today we are going to help you jumpstart your semester. In addition to the many academic programs we offer here, today you will be provided with tools and strategies that will build upon what you learned in new student orientation that will set the stage for a successful academic year. Today you will learn about the 5 habits of a highly successful student. These are habits that are important for you to adopt to ensure that you maximize your experience here at Stark State College, both inside and outside of the classroom. You will also have the opportunity to hear from several students throughout the program today. We have 3 short breakout sessions on the top 10 things to know about taking online courses. This session will provide you with strategies that will help you succeed when taking an online course at Stark State College. Second, jumpstart your future career confidence. In this session, you will learn about the tools and the resources and individualized support that will be available to you through our Office of Career Services. And our last breakout session, 6 Weeks to Student Success, will help you set the stage for your entire semester. This session will help you start your semester strong and to provide you with information about great campus resources. So you'll have an opportunity also to ask our presenters questions after each session. And after our final breakout session today, Dr. Leda Gibson-Shreve, our Vice President of Academic Affairs, will provide final remarks. I want to remind you, please don't forget to complete your evaluation, which you can find on the Jumpstart website. Completing the evaluation will enter your name into a drawing to win a free laptop. Good luck.
Welcome to Stark State College. My name is Sherry Brooks, and I'm the coordinator of Student Life and Recreation. Today we're going to explore the 5 habits of highly successful students. Your first day of the semester begins soon, so let's jump in and get started. The first habit of a highly successful student is the ability to set realistic goals and establish priorities. You're off to a good start because you made today a priority and you're here. Each of you are coming to Stark State for a reason. You may have a goal to receive an associate's degree or a certificate. Perhaps you plan to transfer after Stark State to a university for your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree. Whatever your goal, we're glad you're here. Going to college is an investment in you and your future. Each of you most likely have busy and full lives already. Now you're adding school into that fullness. So it's important to set realistic goals and establish priorities before your first day of class. Let's hear from recent successful Stark State graduate, Leonte Cooper, on how he has set goals and achieved them.
Welcome to Jumpstart. I'm so glad that you're getting ready to start at Stark State College. I too was once in your seat. My name is Cooper, and I'm a student at OSU and an proud alumni of Stark State College. I want to talk to you today about the highly effective habits of setting realistic goals and establishing your priorities. I can knock these both out very, very easily for you. Remember, I too went to Stark State, and I know what it's like to be in your position right now. You're probably wondering all of these questions about what your year is going to look like and how you're going to prioritize everything. If you follow this step by step, I can tell you that it worked out perfectly for me. So you want to write down your goals, and I mean it. Take out a piece of paper and take out a pen and write down your goals. I don't care how long it takes. It might take you longer than an hour. It might take you longer than a day to write down what you really want and to really think it through. However long it takes, it's worth writing it down. Be as detailed as possible. Remember, these goals are important to you. This is what you want to get done while you're at Stark State College. So, while I was at Stark State, I hung my goals on the bathroom wall. And the reason why I did that is because it reminded me every day when I woke up, it reminded me every day before I went to bed of what it was that I need to accomplish and what was important to me. That's how you make your goals a priority. And just to add the icing on the cake, I'm gonna show you my goals. These are my goals for the summer. They're written in detail, they're written clear. I know exactly what it is that I wanna achieve and exactly how I'm gonna do it. If you wanna take it a step further, which I found extremely helpful, write down weekly goals to follow up on the goals that you put for the entire year, semester, or whatever it is. Keep these in your pocket with a pen and scratch them off as you do them. And I guarantee before you know it, you'll be writing new goals. So good luck to you, and I know that you too will be an alumni at Stark State.
In addition to your goal, it's important to establish your priorities. Let's watch a quick video on a story of why it's important to identify your priorities.
There's a well-known story about a university professor who wanted to make a point about how we make the most of our time. The professor stood before his class with some items in front of him. When the class began, without speaking, he picked up a large, empty jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks about 2 inches in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was full. So the professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly and watched as the pebbles rolled into the open areas between the rocks. The professor then asked the students again if the jar was full. They chuckled and agreed that it was indeed full this time. The professor picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. The sand filled the remaining open areas of the jar. Now, said the professor, I want you to recognize that this jar signifies your life. The rocks are the truly important things, such as family, health, and relationships. If all else was lost and only the rocks remained, your life would still be meaningful. The pebbles are the other things that matter in your life, such as work or school. The sand signifies the remaining small stuff and material possessions. If you were to put sand into the jar first, there is no room for the rocks or the pebbles. The same can be applied to your lives. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are truly important. Pay attention to the things in life that are critical to your happiness and well-being. Take time to look after your health, play with your children, go for a run, write a letter to your grandmother. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house, or watch TV. Take care of the rocks first. The things that really matter. Set your priorities. The rest is just pebbles and sand.
In case you're wondering, it really only works if you put the big rocks in first. It's a great metaphor for life. So in addition to writing down your academic goals, be sure to identify your top 3 to 4 priorities that are important to you and that you're going to set time aside for as it relates to being a successful student. Once you've identified your priorities and goals, I find it helpful to see a visual picture of my semester commitments before the semester begins to ensure that all my priorities still fit. I'd encourage you to try this also. First, begin with a blank schedule for 1 week. Next in, add all your semester priorities and time commitments, like classes, study time, family, work. I like to color code mine. Blue for classes, and red for study time, green for work, and pink and purple for personal. Remember, one of the biggest differences between high school and college is the amount of study time you need to allocate. For every credit hour you take, you will need to set aside 1 to 3 hours of study time in addition to the time you spend attending class. Notice how your class and your schedule is filling up already. Finally, don't forget to add in the time for your priorities, like family time and personal time, and sleep. Once you have your semester in full view, some adjustments may need to be made in light of your new academic goal and your priorities. That's okay. If you need more help with this, we have Gateway advisors here to help you. It can be overwhelming at first. Start small. Just like a rudder on a ship, it doesn't make one shift and then arrive at its destination. It's the small little shifts and choices throughout your journey that ultimately determine if you reach your goal or not. So every day, ask yourself, is what I'm doing today furthering my goal? If not, ask yourself, what do I need to do to make it a priority? The second habit of a highly successful student is understanding classroom expectations. As part of your priority setting process, make sure you understand what your faculty expects from you. In each class, you'll receive a syllabus, which is your guiding document for the semester. In it, the instructor will lay out their expectations that are specific to your particular course and faculty member. But here's some universal expectations from instructors. Show up for class every day. Be on time. Turn your work in on time. And read your assignments before class. Be sure to communicate with your instructor. It's so important. Stark State faculty and staff care about you and want you to succeed. But it's important that you communicate with us so that we know best how to help. Also, respect each other's opinions and who they are. Which brings us to our third habit of a successful student, embracing diversity. Each one of you is unique, from background to race to ethnicity to nationality, gender, religion, sexuality, age, physical features, and more. These are the pieces that come together and intersect within you to make up who you are. Valuing that intersection, that unique you, is at the core of making Stark State such a rich environment. So I would encourage you, while you are here at Stark State College, strike up a conversation that broadens your perspectives and furthers your understanding. Observe cultural differences. Get involved in clubs and organizations and attend programming to learn more. When you open yourself up to experiencing those who are different than you, there's so many benefits. We embrace diversity and seek to promote opportunities for excellence to be achieved by all. The fourth habit of highly successful students is that they seek assistance and resources. The top reasons students drop out of college often can have little to do with academics. Remember, we have an entire staff and faculty at Stark State dedicated to helping you succeed. During the program today, we'll cover many of these resources available to you. Let's hear from recent successful Stark State graduate, Frankie Martin.
Welcome new students to Stark State. My name is Frankie and I am a recent graduate. I just wanted to take a few moments to talk about the resources that Stark State has to offer you. Your success is Stark State's main goal, and they provide you so many resources to help you get from start to finish. You just need to reach out and ask for help. I personally use the Writing Center and the Tutoring Center. I was struggling so much in my classes, and without these resources, I probably would have failed. You can also look at the Stark State College Resource Guide for a complete list of resources that are available to you. I would also encourage you to get involved on campus. This is such an amazing thing for me. I was a student worker in admissions. I was a student ambassador for admissions. I was the lead senator for the Student Government Association. I was also president of Student Health Information Management Association Club, as well as a Phi Theta Kappa member. All of these clubs and things that I was involved in really helped me network and connect with everybody. And everyone was always there to help me, and I knew I could always reach out and ask for help. So that is the main thing you need to remember. You have resources to get you from start to finish. You need to reach out and make that step and ask for help. And don't be afraid to ask for help either. So I wish you guys the best, and you made the best decision by coming to Stark State. Good luck.
Finally, highly successful students will study what they love. Recent successful graduate, Kara Bagley, has some advice on why studying what you love is so important.
When choosing a degree, it's so important that you choose something that you love and that brings you happiness. I recently graduated with my degree in business management, and I chose that degree because when I thought about my future in the business world and hopefully one day becoming CEO, it excited me. And when I got excited about thinking of my future, it motivated me to show up to class, to do my homework, and to get good grades. So I urge you, find a degree, find a career that you love and that will bring you so much happiness. I wish you the best of luck in your college career.
If you don't know yet what your career path or goal is, or need help connecting to the best career for you, be sure to reach out to our Stark State Career Development Office. They can connect you with in-demand careers, and their service is free. As you begin the semester, put into practice these 5 habits of highly successful students. At Stark State College, we want you to know we care about you, and we're excited to partner with you on your academic journey. Welcome to Stark State College. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for those who have answered or asked questions already in the comment box. Please keep your questions coming. We're going to be here till 11:30 today, so if you have any questions, please enter those in the comment box. And as a reminder, be sure after today's program that you visit the Jumpstart website to fill out the evaluation, because that is where we're going to use that evaluation and we're going to be randomly selecting our laptop winner. So please make sure to do that today. In addition, on Monday, we're going to announce the laptop winner, and we will also on Monday be emailing you a library guide that will include much more information. Since we can't cover everything today, we're going to be sending you information. That way you have that. Do we have any questions so far?
Absolutely. We got a question that came in and says, how will I know what I need for my class?
Excellent. So the first day, what you'll want to bring with you, you'll want to bring your face mask with you. That is required to enter the campus. In addition, you want to bring something to write with, paper and pen. Feel free if you have a laptop or a device to bring that as well to your first day in person. If you're online, make sure your laptop's charged or plugged in so you're ready to go. But in addition to that, you'll come to class and you'll receive a syllabus, and you'll hear from your instructor that tells you any supplies in addition that you may need. The bookstore has all of your books, so you can actually contact the bookstore to find out exactly what books you need and to be able to get those books in advance for class. If you come on campus, there are 2 locations for the bookstore. You can either go to the main bookstore in the S building and then also located in G. So there's 2 locations for our bookstore when you arrive. Any additional questions?
Yes, we've got several questions that's come through. When classes start online on the 31st, is there a certain order I do them in?
So you'll want to check your schedule. So on the 31st, you'll want to check your individual class schedule. Your classes may meet Monday and Wednesday. And you'll want to see your specific time that your class begins. So check your schedule. If you have questions, please let us know. We also have Gateway advisors as well. Beyond today, if you're not sure about when your classes meet, do be sure to arrive a few minutes early. We have a temperature check. It's contactless, but when you do arrive, you will need to have to go through that security checkpoint. So give yourself a couple extra minutes and arrive early so you can get through and then get to your assigned classroom as well.
Our next question is, can you get your syllabus ahead of time so I can start reading ahead?
I love that you're thinking ahead. Most faculty will not actually send that to you until the first day of class. So there may be an exception where you receive a syllabus via email. I know in grad school I had that happen once, but traditionally you can expect that on the first day, that is when you'll receive your syllabus. But I'm glad you're thinking ahead. So please continue to enter your comments. If you have additional comments or questions, we would love to hear from you. A couple things I think are important for you to know. The first day of class, there's going to be 4 entrances open. The S building, the K, so when you first pull into the main entrance, you'll see the S and the M building entrances. You'll see those located additionally by our bridge, the K building, and also C. We've marked those entrances, but just know that those are the entrances that will be open when you arrive. Also, students always ask about parking passes and student IDs. I'll tell you where to get those, but just so you know, security says don't worry about those your first week or two. Just come, get settled into classes, and then during week 3, you can go get your parking pass and your student ID. Your student ID can be received by visiting the admissions office in the M building, and your parking pass, you'll go online and then you can actually get that from the security office. So again, just come, we're glad that you're here. We want you to get settled into classes, and then you can get those additional items as well. All right.
What is the best way to get involved on campus?
Great question. So we're really excited that you're thinking about getting involved. The options for getting involved, first of all, student clubs and organizations. You can visit our student organization page on the Stark State website. We have over 50 different student clubs and organizations to get involved in. Also during Welcome Week, we're going to be posting ways for you to get involved in leadership and also with student government and activities. So we look forward to hopefully having you get involved and seeing you soon.
Greetings, Jumpstarters, and welcome to Stark State College. I'm Linda Morosco, Director of East Stark State, and in this session, we're going to learn about the top 10 things to know about taking online courses. Join me for this journey. Beginning with number 10, check your technology. The right tools will make taking your online class easier. First, be sure you're using a PC or a Mac. Use either Firefox or Chrome as your preferred browser. You need to have a high-speed internet connection. While Chromebooks, tablets, and phones are great for browsing through the course and reading and viewing required materials, they do not work for testing. You will need to have a computer to take a test. Coming in at number 9, orientations. Did you know that we have 2 of them? That's right. At Stark State College, you're going to find that there is an orientation for all students that will inform you about the college itself. You can either do an in-person orientation or you can do a virtual orientation. You can find that information at www.starkstate.edu/admissions/orientation, and there's a link for the online orientation right there. If you've signed up to take a Web 2, 3, or 4 course, you will also be required to complete the East Stark State orientation. This orientation will familiarize you with the learning management system used at Stark State College, Blackboard, and will give you best practices for being a successful online student. Once you enroll in those classes, that orientation will be found in Blackboard, and you'll see it here on my screen right here. We'll look at how we get in there in just a minute. Number 7 is going to be accessing your online classes. On the first day of the semester, you're going to want to open a browser and you're going to navigate to blackboard.starkstate.edu. That will take you to the sign-in page for Blackboard. You're going to click this down arrow on the third-party account button, and you're going to choose Stark State Student Login. You're going to put in your Stark State email address and your Stark State password, and then you're going to sign in. Once you do that, you will land on the institution page of Blackboard, where we have some helpful hints and tips about using Blackboard. The student link will have information that's pertinent to you. One of the most important things on this link are the ability to have notifications sent to you, to your email, or to your cell phone. And you can receive text messages that will let you know when there are updates to course content, when grades have been posted, or any other important things that you would want to know. The activities stream is just the most recent things that have been going on in the course. It'll have some updates. It might have various institutional announcements that you might find helpful. But the most important link is the courses link, because that's where your courses are going to be found. As we talked earlier, This is where the online orientation is. To access a class, all you have to do is just click the link and it'll take you right in. Number 6 is, where should you begin? Once you access your online course, what should you do first? We're going to keep working with Succeeding Online. Once you enter the course, often you'll start with an announcement that your instructor wants you to read first. You can see here that this one contains the basic information on how you navigate through the course. The best place to begin in any course is the Start Here folder. The Start Here folder is going to contain all of the important things that you need to know about the class. It's going to contain a welcome message for the instructor. It will contain some expectations about the course, some guidelines, how grades are determined, and the syllabi. We will look at those in just a moment. We're going to stay in the Start Here folder for number 5, Reviewing Syllabi. Every course comes with 2 syllabi, and you will always find them in the Start Here folder. We have 2 practice syllabi here in Succeeding Online. Let's start with the master syllabus. The master syllabus begins with division and department where the course resides. It also gives you the actual name of the course and what its course number is. You will also see how many credit and contact hours and what kind of hours those are, lecture and lab, or in this case, a lecture and a directed practice. It will give you the description of the course and list the general learning outcomes of the course. You will also find out what the course objectives are for this course. These are very important. These are the things we expect you to do when the course is completed. The remainder of the master syllabus contains college policies and information. Let's take a look at the course syllabus. This is the one where you'll spend the most time. The course syllabus repeats the division department that the course resides in. It'll also tell you which term this syllabus is for. Course name, the course number, and this number, the CRN, is very important. This is unique to the actual course you are taking and is something you would need to refer to when you need help on the course. This course syllabus also tells you the course modality. In this case, this is a Web 3 class, and it'll inform you on any course meeting, dates, times, and locations. The instructor teaching the course has a block on the course syllabus that you want to pay attention to. It includes their name, any office hour information, their room office location, and the phone number for contacting them. It'll also contain their email address. If the course has any required materials, including books and other materials, that information will be in the required materials section. Whatever methods of evaluation are going to be used will be spelled out in the course syllabus, and the course syllabus will include the grading scale. You will also see class policies. These differ from college policies because these are the things that your instructor expects you to follow. They can include attendance, how the instructor wants to be contacted, any other information they want you to follow. The course syllabus will also contain a withdrawal date for the course. That is the last possible date that you could withdraw from the course and get a W on your transcript, not an F. The final section of the course syllabus includes the course outline and calendar. This is critical because it will let you know what it is you have to do every week in the class. Number 4, create a work-study schedule and stick to it. For every credit hour, you will spend 1 hour in class. For every hour of class, you need to allocate 2 hours of study time. So how much time are you going to need for a 3-hour class? If the class is 3 hours, you've got 3 hours you allocate for just taking in all of the course materials. Then you have to allocate another 2 hours for each one of those hours for studying and homework. So that's 6 hours, for a total of 9 hours for one class. Some weeks that will be more, some weeks that will be less, but make sure you allocate that time. You'll find really good tips at this website, libguides.starkstate.edu/studyskills/online tips. There's a section on study schedule that actually comes with a chart that you can download and fill in for the times you need to allocate for your classes. make sure that you take a look at this website. Number 3 is to complete your week 1 assignments as quickly as possible. It's important that you know where your content is. We reviewed Start here, and now we're going to move to the Lessons tab, where you're going to find all of the content you will need for the entire semester for the course. Many courses arrange the content in a weekly fashion, and each week is released 1 week at a time to the students. Some courses use a module system and release 1 module at a time. You can see in our example that this is a 6-module course, and we're going to look at Module 1 first. There are a list of material activities that I need to complete and an assignment. You must complete that assignment in the first week of the semester in order not to be dropped as a never attend from the class. Number 2, knowing how to get help. This is the number 1 thing that students do not do. Ask for help. So here are some options that you have. First, one of the first things you can do to get help is know who your instructor is. If you look at the name of your course, you're going to see your instructor's last name right there on the Blackboard screen. It tells you their last name. When you are inside of a course, you can go to the Course Messages feature and create a message and send it to your instructor. Now, if your instructor has said that they want to be contacted at their Stark State email address, you will need to use your Gmail address and email them that way. Other ways to get help: we have a Stark State student blog, starkstate.edu/estudent. You'll find many articles about using the various Blackboard features. You'll also find a link that says Getting Help, and that will take you to the information you need for using the Stark State College Help Desk. The Help Desk is another way that you can get help. If you're struggling with technical issues, you can contact Lydia Lee, who provides one-to-one technical training for students. The first place to go for help is your instructor. If you're having problems with Blackboard, you'll want to put in a help desk ticket or need other support, contact Lydia Lee. And now we're at number 1. The number 1 thing you need to do to be successful online is communicate. When in doubt, give a shout. As you can see, I still have the Course Messages feature open here in Blackboard. Please send your instructor a message. Contact them via email. Reach out and ask for help. It's up to you to let us know when you're struggling, because that is the only way that we can help you. Thank you so much for joining me today and learning about the things you need to know to be successful online. Now, it's time for me to answer your questions. Thank you.
Welcome to the Q&A portion following the top 10 things you need to know about online learning. Jeff Beard is joining me as my moderator this morning, and we'll be taking your questions. I'm going to answer one question that almost everybody asks me. What exactly are these modalities that we keep talking about with regards to online learning? Stark State College offers courses in 4 fashions: fully face-to-face, Web 2, Web 3, and Web 4. Web 2 is our hybrid courses. We offer those so that you come to class 1 day a week and the remainder of the class is offered online. Web 3 are our fully online courses. There is no on-ground or on-campus commitment for classes, other than the possibility that you may have to do proctored testing, and that's a whole nother thing that we could get into on another time. And finally, the Web 4 option is our flexible learning option. What we see with the Web 4 is there could be a commitment of time where a course takes place, say, from 10 to 12, but you might be logging in using Blackboard Collaborate and having a live lecture delivered to you remotely. The faculty member may also actually be in a classroom and offer you the option of actually coming in if you need some additional help. Web 4 classes can take on a wide variety of looks and feels, so that's something your instructor will work over with you. So that's a little bit about the modalities. Jeff, do we have any other questions that we might need to review this morning?
Yes, one is, how soon should I complete my online orientation in Blackboard?
That is a great question. You need to get that orientation completed before August 31st, because if you need to complete it and you don't, you will not be able to log into your classes on Monday, August 31st. It takes under 2 hours to complete.
Can I come see ahead of time where my classes are, or will it be will there be people available to help me find my classrooms?
Okay, so the first thing is, can you come in? We're open next week, I think pretty much from 8 to 6, Monday through Thursday, and I can't remember exactly what the hours are on Friday. I don't think we're open quite that late, probably till 4:30. But yes, you can just stop in and you can take your schedule and walk around campus and find your classes. The other part is, will there be people here? There will be people on campus next week, and there definitely will be people on campus the first week of class, and you'll be able to find people who can help you find your class.
Does a class with a co-requisite count as 1 or 2 classes when allocating weekly study time?
That would be 2 classes, because usually there's work in the co-requisite class as well. That is an excellent question. So you'll want to make sure you allow adequate time for both of those classes.
What does it mean that I am waitlisted for a course?
That means the course is full, and if they get enough people to open another section, then they will create another section, and you will be put in that course. You'll want to keep tabs on that, because you could end up, if they close the wait list and drop it, that means they didn't get enough people in the class, and you'll want to either look for another class or maybe see if an instructor will allow maybe an extra person in the class.
If I did summer classes online and already did the orientation, do I have to do it again for fall semester?
No, the orientation is a one and done. So the first time you complete it, you're done. You don't have to do it again, unless we change learning management systems, which we're not planning to do anytime soon.
Another common one is, when will syllabi be posted in Blackboard?
The syllabi will be available the first day of the semester. Faculty return to campus on Monday, so a lot of them will be updating their courses over the next week, and everything will open on Monday, August 31st, and the syllabus will be there. Some people open their courses a little bit early, not everybody though. No more questions?
Not really.
Well, then I'm going to just take a moment again to just reiterate 2 things I said in my presentation, which are, please make sure that you seek help as quickly as you realize you're having a problem. Whether it's something you don't understand in the class, contact your instructor immediately. Whether you're having some technical issue, contact your instructor immediately. You need help because something's not working, contact our help desk. Don't wait and hope things get better, because the sooner you alert people, the sooner we can help you and make sure that you stay on track. And also, that kind of ties into that communication piece. It is so essential that you keep in contact with your instructor and with any other people you're working with on campus, because we want to help you and we want you to succeed. So today is all about your success, and everything we do at Stark State College is very much about student success. I wish everybody a great fall semester.
Hi, my name's Natalie Harrington. I'm the coordinator for career services here at Stark State College, and I'm so excited that you chose this specific session of Jumpstart. We're jumpstarting your future career confidence today. So when you come to Stark State, we want you to be confident in the major that you've chosen, in your career for your future, and because we know that leads to motivation, that's what we're going to talk about today. So I have folks reach out to me with all kinds of questions. Maybe it's, I'm not sure what I should major in, or I'm not sure what the right career is for me, or how do I even know I've made the right choice? Or how do I know if I'm going to be successful? Or can I get a job in my field after I graduate? And who can even help me with any of this? And by that time, your brain is exploding. And our goal is not to have your brain explode. Our goal is to let you know that there are folks here to help you through every step of this process in career services. So one of the things that you're going to see on your screen right now is our career success pathway. Everybody comes to Stark State at a different starting point. So whether you're discovering or preparing or connecting or launching, one of our career specialists can work with you to help you through that stage. So we have individualized services. Whether it's career exploration and you kind of focus more on some of those first few questions where you're just not sure if you're going in the right direction, if it's the right fit, if it's the right major, if it's the right career. Or maybe you need a resume or a cover letter because you know those are your golden tickets into an interview. Or maybe it's that you want to be able to work through networking and be able to connect with folks that are in that field. Or you're getting ready to start going to career events for the first time and you're not sure what that looks like. We are here to assist you. And maybe the thing that you need help with most isn't on the screen at all. Just ask, because everything we do is specialized for you. So one of the excellent tools that we have here that's completely free for you is called Career Coach. And so that's through our website at Career Services. You're going to see the link at the bottom of your screen. And what it does is it gives you an assessment. It's 60 questions, and it really identifies what are your interest areas, what are your values, what's your personality like, and then it connects you to careers that are going to be a good fit. And we talk about what does being successful mean. I kind of identify that with feeling like you're firing on all cylinders, that somebody is using the best parts of you in the daily work that you're doing. And so that's what this assessment allows you to figure out. You don't have to wait until you're coming to classes at Stark State. You could do this assessment ahead of time to feel more confident, or you can wait until you get into classes, whatever works best for you. So when you go to this website, up at the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a sign up button. You're going to click that. It's going to collect just a little bit of information. And what that does is it allows you to take the assessment and then come in, and the career specialist can pull up that information and talk with you through those results. The second step is you're actually going to click Take the Assessment, and you're going to have two options after you do that. One is going to be a 60-question assessment. I know that sounds like a lot, but really it's like talking to a friend. The more you talk with them, the more information that they have to be able to base that final result off of, or your choices. And so you're going to go with that one. And there's two things I want you to keep in mind if you decide to take this assessment. And these are really challenging because they're things we automatically think about when we think about our careers. So the first is, don't worry about if you have enough education or training to do the thing that you're saying whether you're interested in or not. And the second thing is money. That's such an important part of choosing a career. However, in this setting, try not to think about that. But when we go through your results with you in an appointment, we'll talk all about that very realistically. When you take the assessment, it's going to ask you a question of what you'd like to do. So would you like to build kitchen cabinets, for example? And then you have the opportunity to gauge on a scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree where you best identify. Please don't choose unsure. You know, if I called you today and said, come with me, let's go build kitchen cabinets, you'd either be like, Natalie, yes, I will drop everything, I will come with you, or please never call me about that again. So you know, go with your gut and choose on that scale. When you're done with all those questions, it's going to give you a full set of results. And the first thing it's going to do is talk about some traits that you have. It's going to give you really nice descriptions, because the better you know yourself, the better that we can help you connect with a career that fits. It's going to go into so much information, and you can investigate as much as you want or as little as you want. But it's going to give you a list of different career paths. And within those career paths, you can dig in deeper. So maybe it starts with something like education. Well, there's lots of different ways to go into education. Maybe it's as an administrator or a teacher or in professional support services. And what you're going to notice on the right-hand side of the screen is it's going to give you some percentages. How well do you match with those certain areas? And then you can dive in deeper by clicking on that link. And it's going to give you information about wage and about employment trends. You can change the radius of the map so that it can show you locally around Stark State at main campus in North Canton, all the way up to Cleveland, or as far out as you want that range, so it gives you up-to-date information. But maybe you say, you know what, Natalie, I know my major. I know what career path I want to go into. I'm ready to get some experience, and that's why I'm coming to Stark State. Finding an internship before you graduate is an excellent way for you to really get a feel for what that major and career is going to do for you moving forward. One of the ways that we have for you to do that here is an online job board called Handshake. And when I talk to people about Handshake that have never used it before, especially in a society where we are wearing masks and we are social distancing and we are not shaking hands, and it brings confusion, the way that I explain it is a virtual job board that looks like Facebook. It functions like LinkedIn, and it thinks like Netflix. And so it's very intuitive, it's fun, it's easy to use, and it's such such a fast way to connect with employers in a very personal way, but in a virtual setting. So you can go on Handshake, you'll build a profile, you'll be able to research companies, you'll be able to have a fast application for job and internship opportunities. The link is at the bottom of your screen. If you want help with that, we'll walk you through every step of the process, but feel free to set up your account before you even come to Stark State for your first class. In Career Services, we want you to be connected. We want you to have the most up-to-date information. And so each week we release a Hot Jobs email. In that email, we have got links for you for opportunities where employers have reached out directly to us and said, we want to hire Stark State students, because this community knows the impact, the benefit, the level of education that you get here at Stark State, and they're looking to recruit you directly. So you'll be able to click on the links in that email, go to Handshake, and apply for those positions. In the email, it's also going to talk about what are the events that are happening on campus or virtually that are going to allow you to connect to employers. So it's so important to read your email. I know that it's really tough. You get bombarded. You want to delete everything. Just ignore it. Don't do it. This is one that you absolutely want to open. Spend 2 minutes skimming it each week. It's going to create opportunities for you. So speaking of opportunities, every semester we have a different event menu to choose from. But remember, it goes back to that career success pathway no matter where you are. So maybe you would like to attend a specialized workshop, somebody to help you hand by hand to walk through creating a resume, or it's that job interview, or it's that exploration. We do workshops on all of our different topics. Additionally, we have career clothing events that are going to be offered in person and virtually this semester, so you can look as professionally, externally as you have prepared to be through your education internally. And lastly, we host career fairs. This coming fall semester, they will all be online. They're going to be virtual. It's going to be an incredible experience where the students and employers are learning together how to connect through that platform. But we are here for you in Career Services as your support team, step by step. So please know that you can connect with us in person. We're doing Zoom appointments, super successful all summer long. We're going to carry those through the fall. It can be by phone. We can schedule in person if you prefer. So please reach out via email or phone, whatever is most convenient for you. We offer scheduled appointments throughout the day. We also extend through the evening. So if you're working and going to school, again, please always ask. We're going to accommodate you. Questions are always welcome. You can reach out to myself or anybody else on the Career Services team. We're really excited to have you at Stark State in the fall. Welcome, and we're happy to have you for your next part of your adventure. Well, good morning. We're so excited to come to you live here for Jumpstart. And I'm Natalie Harrington. You just got to watch a wonderfully recorded session with me, but now you get me live. So let's have some questions. What do you want to know about Career Services, about your professional development at Stark State? Because that is what I'm here for. We're so excited to be able to move you along in your professional development no matter where you are. So today I have Kathy Bernstein joining me. She is going to moderate and ask me those questions that you're popping into the chat, so keep them coming. Kathy, what kind of questions do you have for me today?
Natalie, I do have a great question. Do you guys help build resumes?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so it doesn't matter where you are with your resume. We have folks come in that have never created a professional resume before, or maybe they went to a high school with a really mean English teacher like I was before I started working in higher ed, who made all of their high school students make a resume before they graduated. But I will tell you that it's very different as a high school teacher to help students with a resume than it is to be a professional that works every day with employers and really know what they're looking for. So if you've got a base resume, we can help you improve it. If you've never created a resume before, we can help you start from scratch. And our career specialists help you with every step of the way. So feel free to come in, create an appointment with us, and we will walk you through all those pieces, because that resume is your golden ticket. So great question.
Okay, I have another question. Sure. Does Stark State have on-campus job fairs?
Oh,
Oh, that's a really good question. So, you know, we are in such an interesting time right now, and if it was any other semester previous to this one, I would say absolutely they are on campus, but we still want to create ways for you to connect with employers virtually. And so this fall we'll be doing all of our career fairs through a virtual setting. So in the video you saw me reference a website called Handshake, and you can get there just by going to joinhandshake.com. You want to set up your profile because that is how you register for all of our events. So our career fairs will be virtual, as well as the workshops that we do all semester long. And so that way you can still have those conversations with employers, interact, and we will prep you for that. So it's different, right? It's something that we are not used to. We don't know how to do that. And so we will have virtual prep for career fairs as well as events, and just in general job search that's virtual too. So get onto Handshake and you're going to find out more about all those things. Yeah.
Okay, Natalie. Can career services help the students get a job on campus?
Oh, that's a great question. We get that all the time. That's probably one of our #1 walk-in questions when students just pop in our office and they are really looking for an on-campus job, because that allows you to work and go to school at the same time. It's really flexible. So we have students that do on-campus jobs that work in an office, and they'll work for a few hours, they'll go to class, they'll come back to that job. So we can help with that. In honesty, on-campus jobs don't flow directly through our office. Our human resources office does the on-campus postings for the jobs, and whether it's work study, which means that you actually have a financial piece to that in your FAFSA that allows you to do that, or it's just a traditional on-campus job. Our part in that would be helping you create that resume and cover letter that you need to apply for that position. So we will also help you seek out the postings and be able to fill them out, but we work in tandem with human resources.
Okay, I have another question. How do I know if the major I picked is right for me?
Oh, that's such a good question, Kathy. So if you are somebody that's wondering if the major that you picked is right for you, you're going to know. There's a gut instinct. But I will say the best metaphor that anybody ever shared with me for that is, if you see a pair of shoes that you really like and they look stunning, and then you put the pair of shoes on and you walk a little bit, and they just don't feel right. They're sore. They still look really great from the outside, but when you take them off, you are happy to remove those shoes. That's kind of how it feels for a career. Once you start taking classes, you're gonna get a feel for whether that's right for you. And the sooner that you can identify and be okay with saying, you know what, I think I made the wrong choice, the faster that we can help you get to the right one. So trust your gut on that, and we're happy to help.
Okay, I have another question. If you are sure of what field you want to go into, how soon can you start shadowing and interning? Do you need to document those hours?
Oh, that's a great question. So yes, Career Services helps with connecting you to employers that allow job shadowing opportunities. And so right now, again, that might be an informational phone call, that might be that you connect with them through Zoom, but you can start as soon as you're here. So really reach out to us, let us know what you're interested in, and we're gonna be able to connect you with employers to do that. So sooner the better. You don't have to wait till a certain part in your education to be able to do that. So it looks like we have time for maybe one more question.
Okay. Are there career services opportunities available at our Akron Perkins campus?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So we aren't just at main campus. We have a career specialist up at our Akron campus as well. And then we have been facilitating virtual appointments all summer long. We're gonna continue that through the fall. So when you go on our website, you can choose whether you wanna do virtual, in person, at Maine or Akron, and we can assist you in any of those fashions, whatever is most convenient for you. That's great. All right, guys, well, just keep the questions coming in the chat. After we're done with this session live, it's gonna go back to a video, but no, our whole team is here to answer them. And then, of course, when you get on campus, be okay saying, I don't know. It's really hard to admit when you're not sure of something, but it's our passion to help you. So go ahead and approach us, ask those questions, and we're gonna get you the answers that we need. So welcome to Stark State. We're so excited to have you here for fall.
Hi everybody, my name is Ben Tobias. I'm the Director of TRIO Student Support Services here at Stark State College. I want to welcome you all to your first semester at Stark State. It's an exciting time to be here. And it's very, very important that you get out to a fast start. Just like in life, just like in home, just like in everything that we do, getting a quick start is the best way to succeed in college, and specifically here at Stark State College. So let's take a look at the first 6 weeks of what your school year will look like, and it will look like this as we go along and begin our semester. We look at the first 6 weeks of success in college, and week number 1 comes right up on top of us as fast as you can imagine, and day number 1 comes right onto us as fast as you can imagine. And in that very first week, the very first thing we want to do is check our email. And you need to check your email daily, twice a day, 3 times a day, 10 times a day, because that's where information is going to get transmitted to you, especially in this day and age of COVID, where we have to really be connected as best we can to the college, and email is going to be the best way to do it. Always check your email. The second thing is you want to go to class. There's never really an excuse to miss class unless we're sick, or our child is sick, or we had a flat tire, or something occurs, but for the most part, we do have to go to class. And we also have to review our syllabus. The syllabus will give us a good idea of what we need to do in class, what is going to be expected of us. That's the contract that you have between you and your teacher as to what's expected, what are the grades going to be, what do you need to read, what is your homework going to be. It is so important to review that syllabus as you go along in the first week. Put those important dates in your calendar. When is the first test? No, let's go back. When is the first homework? When is the first reading assignment? When is the first quiz, the first test? Put all of those things in your calendar so that it doesn't become a surprise to you when you look at your calendar and just say, oh my goodness, I've got a test coming up next week. Start your reading as fast as you can. There's so much reading in college. I can remember when I was in school, we would have 40, 50, 60 pages a night to read, and it can be very daunting. But if you start your reading now, you can get ahead of it and be able to be on top of all the work that you're going to have to do. And finally, identify who your success champions are. And during this Jumpstart experience that you're having right now, you're going to find out who your champions are. We talk about our success coaches and TRIO, which is what I do, and our tutors and our mentors. And you have to be able to identify who those success champions are going to be. And it also is going to be who is your personal success champion. Because you're going to have a relationship with a teacher or a fellow student or a staff member or a janitor on the campus. Honestly, anybody at the school can be a mentor and a success champion to you, and you'll have that connection, and that person will be more than happy to help you as you get through your Stark State career. Which brings us right away to week number 2, and the first thing we have to do in week number 2 is check your email. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day. I can't stress that enough. Obviously, go to class. You can't learn unless you're sitting in the seat. Build those relationships with your instructors. Relationships are so important in life. They're so important to learning, so important to success. It's about establishing those relationships. If you do miss a class, if you have a good relationship with your instructor will say, okay, you missed a class, and here's the reason why. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you're a good student who has a good relationship with the instructor, and that makes all the difference in the world. Setting those goals. Everybody wants to be a 4.0 student. Everybody wants to be a straight-A student. We're not all straight-A students. Lord knows I wasn't. I was not a straight-A student by any means. We all want to be straight-A students, but we're not. But set a realistic goal as to what it is that you want to do. In the end, we're all looking to become Stark State College graduates. That's our ultimate goal. But if we set those goals as to what it is we want to do, we can reach those goals, and doing it with a friend, with a student mentor, with a success champion that we're talking with, those are the best ways to be able to get to those goals that you're setting for yourself. And they have to be realistic goals, which already brings us to week number 3. First thing we do is check our email 5, 6, 10, 20 times a day. Notice how I'm increasing those numbers gradually. We're always checking our emails. And since everything is on phones these days, it should be really easy to check our email, which always surprises me when students tell me they didn't check their email. Go to class. Look for tutoring. You're going to hear from tutors in the next several minutes who are going to be able to tell you who their names are, be able to put a face. Go to tutoring. Ask for help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. I never made it through anything I've ever done in my professional life without asking for help. I was in the military. I'm retired from the military, and I had people who helped me through that time, and I had people who helped me through my college time and people who helped me through my professional time. You always have to look for that help, and tutoring is where that help abides. Find where your barriers are. Some of us don't have so much problems in class. We're smart people. I say we, I don't mean me. We are smart people. We do well in school, but we have other barriers that are holding us back. What are those barriers? Identify what they are. And again, using your mentors and your friends, help identify what those barriers are, and I guarantee you that there's support on Stark State's campus that can help you get through those barriers. And then check out the student life. You've already heard from Sherry Brooks. We have fantastic student life at Stark State, which helps apply that college feel that we don't always get at Stark State because we're a commuter campus. Nobody lives on the campus, but that doesn't mean we don't have a fantastic college life where you can be part of a club and part of a group and part of the lounge and part of the activity, and it helps make that college experience so much more positive. Week number 4 is already upon us. We're not even at the end of September yet, and week number 4 is already upon us. We have to check our email 20 times, 30 times, 40 times a day. We have to go to class. There is no excuse to miss class unless the obvious excuses that we talked about. We have to prep for those upcoming tests, which you already did when you reviewed your syllabus in week 1, when you did your dates in week 1, when you talked to your instructors in week 1. So it should be no surprise that those tests are coming. And did you get an early alert in that first 4 weeks? An early alert is going to be an identification from your instructor to you saying you are at risk of getting a non-good grade in this class. And that's what an early alert is. Did you get an early alert? And if you did, find help with those study skills. College is about meeting those challenges that come along with studying. And everybody thinks they know how to study, or everybody believes they remembered how to study from high school. But studying in high school and studying in college are completely different animals. So we need to learn how to help with those study skills. Which brings us right up to the beginning of October, week number 5. The first thing that we have to do is check your email. 50, 60, 70 times a day. I'm upping it for a reason. We have to go to class. We have to stay focused on the task at hand, which if we've set our goals and made our calendars and done the things that we're supposed to do, staying focused, it's not easy, but it will be easier. We have to keep that calendar up to date. We have to look for inspiration. Who is it that the school that inspires us? Remember I said just a few minutes ago, it doesn't have to be an instructor. It could be a staff member at the school. It could be a janitor at the school. It could be an electrician at the school. I can tell you a number of people that work here that have helped inspire students get through the difficult times at Stark State and the fun times too, because both come along with it. And then of course we have to keep reading because we have so much reading to do when we're dealing with higher education. Here we are at week 6, mid-October. The first thing we have to do, check your emails 70, 80, 90, 100 times a day, upping it on purpose. We have to go to class. We have to look at our grades. I ask my students all the time, what grade do you have in the class? And I don't expect students to memorize their grades, but I want them to have access to their grades as quickly as possible. And in this day and age, when we can do it all on a cell phone, they should be able to access their grades to me pretty quickly. So nothing bothers me more when somebody comes into the office and says, Mr. Tobias, I'm struggling in math. What's your grade? I don't know. That's crazy. You have to know your grades at all times. You have to assess as well. how are things going? Where are you standing? Where are we looking at emotionally? Especially in this day and age, right? It's going to be such a challenge to deal with school in the current climate. So we have to evaluate how are things going, not just academically, but personally and professionally. And finally, we have to prepare for midterms. And midterms are the mid-grades that come along with what it takes to do well in that class, to meet the goal that you set for yourself, whether it's an A or a B, or just to pass the class. And sometimes passing the class is just fine and dandy. Usually this is a much longer presentation because it does feel rushed to have to say 6 weeks of college in 10 minutes. But I want you all to know that you're not alone. There is plenty of help on Stark State's campus to help you get through school. The program that I'm the director of, we work with first-generation college students, which means your parents didn't graduate from college. And if your parents didn't graduate from college, you're eligible to be a part of the TRIO program where I and my counselors work with you to help you do all of the things that I talked about in the 6 weeks to getting ready for college, for 6 weeks for student success. And we act as mentors, we act as success coaches, we act as advisors to help you get through that. But we're just one of many. There are so many people on the campus that can help you get through that. And I want you to remember that as you go along. So again, my name is Ben Tobias, the director of the TRIO Student Support Services program, and you can feel free to contact me at any time. And I want to thank you for being part of Stark State College's 2020 class. Thank you.
Hello, Stark Staters. I'm Elizabeth Inken-Shale from the Office of Student Support. This can be a challenging time for students, and we want you to know we are here to help. We are an office of professional counselors offering mental and emotional support, as well as providing referrals to community agencies that can provide support and assistance for basic needs. Check out our webpage at the Stark State website for more information or make an appointment. We can also be reached by email or phone. A good place to access community resources is to visit the United Way's website or call 211 from any phone to see what resources are available in your area. Crisis lines are also available 24/7 for emotional and mental health support. The suicide prevention line at 1-800-273-TALK and the crisis text line can be reached by texting 4HOPE to 741-741. Remember, we're all in this together. Please reach out. We're here to help, and we want you to have a great start from the Office of Student Support.
Hello, Stark State students. My name is Kyle with the Math Department. I'm here to tell you today about our services we offer in tutoring. We offer tutoring at main campus and at Perkins and online. Tutoring at main campus and Perkins does have social distancing to keep you safe. If you need any information, please go to My Stark State Academic Support Math Learning Center.
Hi, I'm Leah, and I'm from the Writing Center. The Writing Center is available to all Stark State students. We provide feedback for any writing assignments you have for any of your courses. A few things we can help with are thesis development, organization, research incorporation, APA and MLA documentation, and grammar and punctuation. You can access our hours, location, and schedule by logging into My Stark State, clicking on the Academic Support tab, and choosing the Writing Center link. We look forward to working with you soon. If you have any questions, you can email us at writingcenter@starkstate.edu.
Hello, welcome to Stark State College. I am here to talk to you about a service that Stark State offers to all of its students, a service that allows these students to achieve their goals. This service is a science learning center, a place where students can get assistance in any science course offered through the departments of biology, chemistry, and physics. By assistance, I mean anything involved with the course, be it homework, lab reports, preparing for exams and practicals, to general study habits, and most importantly, we give guidance in the form of encouragement. In essence, we get people through the classes. The service that the SLC offers are not only free, but they are hassle-free. We have in-person assistance available at both main campus and Akron campus, as well as online assistance through Blackboard. We are available over a wide range of hours, which will be posted on My Stark State. Now, by hassle-free, I mean that there is no appointment necessary and there is no time constraint involved. You can stop in or log in for 5 minutes or for 5 hours. We realize that people have tight schedules and we want to make this as easy as possible for you. The important takeaway from this is that we are here to help you and we do a great job at it. We get people through their tough classes. The people who do take advantage of this service swear by it, and we are glad that they did. I can't tell you how many times that I have been approached by somebody that I have helped, either in the hallways here at Stark State or somewhere else entirely, when they walk up to me with a big smile and say, "Hey, I made it through that physics class because of the SLC." Take advantage of this service and get a jump start, and just stop in the first week or so and meet us. We are friendly. See you in the fall.
Hi, Stephanie Flowers here, Gateway Advisor in the Gateway Student Services Center, your one-stop shop for admissions, exploring majors, developing an academic plan, registering for classes, applying for, understanding, and accepting your financial aid, as well as navigating college policies. In the Gateway Student Services Center, we can address any questions or concerns you may have with a referral to additional student support services where needed. Let us help you piece together your college success. We welcome you to Stark State.
Hello again, I'm Sherry from the Office of Student Life and Recreation. There are many ways to get involved and connected at Stark State, from social to educational and recreational opportunities. You can join fellow students in pursuing an interest, or a talent, or just having fun. Stark State College offers more than 50 student clubs and organizations where you can network with others who share your interests, from academic to social. You can also build your leadership skills and represent the voice of the student body by joining the Student Government Association. Did you know Stark State College offers a free leadership certificate for students? The Student Leadership Academy is designed to help you develop valuable skills your future employers are looking for, from communication to goal setting and presentation skills. If you want to build your resume, meet new people, and improve your leadership skills, then the Student Leadership Academy is for you. No previous leadership experience necessary. For more information, visit the Student Life page at starkstate.edu. We look forward to connecting with you and seeing you soon.
One key takeaway you can take from the last session that you saw is that there is a considerable amount of help available on campus. You're not on your own when you come to college. There is help for just about anything that you need, academically, emotionally, physical stuff, whatever it is that you might need. The help is available, and we do our very best to show you where and when that help is. But it is also up to you to try to seek the help, find it in the same way. My friend Elizabeth is here to ask some of the questions that you've been posting.
We've got some great questions. One of them is, does Trio cost extra, like some of the other, or do any of the other services cost?
Trio does not cost extra at all. It's a service that's provided to first-generation college students, though I will say that you have to qualify and apply to be in the TRIO program and then stay in good standing to stay in the TRIO program. So while it doesn't cost you any money, it does cost time and effort in order to stay in the program, because we do expect results from our students who work very hard.
Can I begin an assignment ahead of time, is another question?
Absolutely. You can begin an assignment whenever you get that syllabus. I think I saw somebody ask they can't get their reading done right now, but that's because school hasn't started yet. So that person is really excited to get their reading done, but school doesn't begin until August 31st. But by all means, if you can work ahead, work ahead. When I was in college, I had a friend who got the physics syllabus and did the entire semester in the very first night. Sat down and stayed up all night and did all the physics. I was on page 1, problem 1, number 1, knowing that I was about to die, and he finished all of the homework in one night. So I was clearly out of my league when I was in college. You folks are way smarter than me.
Another question is, if I'm taking an online class, when do I have to log in?
When do you have to log in? You should log in really on the first day that you're able to, but you definitely need to log in within that first week, or we run into what's called non-attends, and that can become a problem. So definitely log in day one, without a doubt no later than week one, so that you can get credit for having attended the class. Logging into an online class is credit for attending the class.
Here's another question. If I decide to further my education once I graduate Stark State College, instead of starting a career, can you help me with that?
Great question, very good question. In TRIO, in the program that I'm the director of, where we work with first-generation college students, we have a transfer advisor. One of the aspects that we do is we work with students to help them transfer to the four-year school. And we have relationships with the local schools, four-year schools here in our area, Akron, Kent, Youngstown State, Malone, Walsh, it goes on, Cleveland State. But we also work with students who might choose to go out of state, and we just recently had a student who wanted to go to Florida State, and we got together with the Florida State people and worked with that student to get her transfer, everything transferred correctly so that she could move down to Florida and attend Florida State. So yes, 100% Stark State is prepared to help you if you're not ready to go into a career yet but would prefer to pursue your four-year degree. Absolutely, we have that in place to be able to help you continue your career, your academic career.
Great. And then another good question, I think, is what to expect on my first day? What should I expect?
Well, you should expect to come earlier than you maybe normally would, because it's going to be more difficult to get into the building because of spot checks. Everybody has to have their temperature taken down, so there's probably going to be a line at the door. You should give yourself an extra 15 minutes, and if you're an early person who arrives early anyway, arrive even earlier, because it's going to take a little bit more time to get into the buildings because of the temperature checks. There will be tables stationed throughout the college where they will be able to answer your questions and send you where you need to be. Won't be as many tables as in years past because of COVID, but there's always going to be somebody available. And we've been doing this long enough where we can walk around and know when there's a student who's clearly lost and has that baffled look on their face that we're so used to seeing, and a Stark State staff, faculty, employee at the school won't hesitate to ask and say, how can I help you get to where you need to be, or how can I answer any questions for you? So you will be safe, you will be safely in the arms of Stark State on the very first day of school.
And one last question that you're really going to want to answer is, how do I get into TRIO? Who do I contact?
You contact me, very simply, and maybe somebody can post that to the answer page for the person. But my extension is 4173, and my email address, perhaps somebody could put that on there too in the answer area. But call me at 4173 if you're a first-generation college student, and I will absolutely get you set up. We're working on contacting students as we speak, and a lot of things might be done via Zoom, a lot of things might be done via phone. Obviously, things are still going to be done in person with all the processes in place with 6 feet of distancing and whatnot. But absolutely, if you feel that you qualify for TRIO, 100% contact me, and we will get everything started to get you into the program. Okay, I want to invite everybody to do something that we like to call embrace the grind of college. Students who are successful love the work that goes into being successful. Whether that grade is a C, an A, or a B, they love the homework. They love the reading. They love the discussion. They love the sweat and grind that goes into getting to that level. And I want students to embrace that grind, because college is a grind, but it's a good grind. It makes us tired at the end of the day to know that we've learned and we've done our best and we've completed it to the point of exhaustion where we wake up the next morning, we've had a good night's sleep because we're tired from all the work that we've done. That's what college is. It's about the grind. It's about embracing the work that goes into it. I love the minutia of work, the minutia of writing, the minutia of looking at budgets and things like that. And it seems so boring at times, but that's what makes the larger picture grander. That's what gets us to that ultimate goal, which is graduating from Stark State with whatever degree we have, with whatever job we get coming out of it, with whatever grade we get. It's the journey, it's the grind that we go through that makes it so rewarding and so uplifting that we can be nice and tired at the end of the day knowing that we've put in a full day's work to be able to become graduates of Stark State College.
Hello, my name is Robert Wright, and I am a student here at Stark State College, where I have recently graduated with my degree in graphic design and currently finishing my degree in digital photography. I am also involved with the multimedia group here on campus, along with being a student worker in Stark State's Student Life Department. My advice for new and returning students is to not be afraid of pursuing your goals in a changing world. Returning to college can be an overwhelming thing. We know that here at Stark State, and we are here to help. You just need to take it day by day. Because taking your first class turns into finishing your first week, then your first semester, your first year, and before you know it, your first college degree. As long as you take it day by day, you'll reach your goals here at Stark State College.
Hello, my name is Brody Yoder. Right now at school, I'm in school for accounting and taxation. So that's a major in accounting, minor in taxation. When I graduate, I'll have my associate's degree in accounting and a certificate for taxation. Right now at Stark State, I am the standing president of the IMA, which stands for Institute of Managerial Accountants. And other than that, the reason why I chose Stark State is because it's very small. Everybody gets to know each other very quickly, and you can have interpersonal connections with your professors. So it's not like they're just speaking in front of like 200 kids or something. And every class they get to know you, they know how you do work and what best fits you, and they can work on a more of an individual level. Other than that, the students are very, very welcoming at all. It's like no one just, if you say hi to somebody, somebody's gonna say hi back to you. And it's more of a community and more of a family. I would strongly urge you guys to get in some type of group. Like me, I am in the IMA, like I said, Institute of Managerial Accountings, and it's basically just a group of all the accounting and all the business majors collab together. And all we do is talk about things. We do go on trips, and just to help our community as the business side. Other groups, they just work on your personal levels, what's your personality. There are groups for that. There are groups for your business, for your major, whatever that may be. But it allows you to give you a sense of what am I supposed to be doing? Do I need help with other classes? If a professor is, crowded up one day, you still have other students say, hey, can I have help with homework? Or hey, can you want to meet up after school? So Stark State does a really perfect job at doing that as opposed to bigger colleges. So that's why I chose Stark State.
Hi Stark State students, and welcome to the Stark State community. My name's Natalie and I'm a recent graduate of Stark State. I graduated last December with my degree in psychology. During my time at Stark State, I was involved in a lot of different things. I was the vice president of student government, as well as the food pantry coordinator for Psi Beta Honor Society. I was also involved in Phi Theta Kappa, as well as Student Advisory Council. So my advice for you guys is just to definitely get involved. That's the main thing, as well as definitely go to class. Attending your classes is super important. And the last thing is getting involved in discussions in the classroom. I think like talking to your teachers and your classmates, asking questions will really make all the difference in your future. So good luck this fall.
Hello, Stark State students, and welcome to Stark State College. I'm Dr. Leda Gibson-Shreve, Provost and Chief Academic Officer. To help you to understand that position, I do want to convey that the title means that all the faculty, all the courses, all the academic areas report up to me in this position. I thank you for choosing Stark State College. I hope that you've enjoyed your experience so far in the virtual Jumpstart environment. It's designed to provide you with information and strategies to assist with a successful fall semester, as well as future semesters. If at any point you experience challenges, please know that you can reach out to any of those that you have met virtually today, as well as others that are on our campus. We are here to help you achieve your career goals. No one makes it through life without the assistance of others, so please know that we are here to help you. We chose these fields as our professions in order to be able to assist you with achieving your career goals. As you end the day and you begin to think about your future for fall and for future semesters, I want you to imagine that it's approximately 2 years from now We're past the COVID pandemic experience, and you're sitting at the Canton Civic Center wearing your black graduation gown. Now imagine being asked to turn your tassel from right to left. Please keep that image and that thought in your mind as you experience struggles in the fall semester and then in future semesters. Do not lose sight of your career goals. Know that we are here to assist you. I look forward to seeing you on the campus in fall or in our virtual environment, as well as seeing you at a future graduation. Thank you.